Okay, I've got a CRJ, CPJ, that is a plus in the bank and a minus in the bank. I've got the bank reconciliation statement where the minus is on the debit side, the plus is on the credit side, and I've got no entry. There's a direct deposit into the bank account. We saw that on the bank statement. So where are we going to put it in the CRJ? That's why we are going to put it in that column. Interest on the favorable bank balance. We receive interest on our favorable bank balance. We saw that on the bank statement, so we put it in the CRJ. The cancelled checks issued. We must cancel a check that was issued because it's stale, older than 6 months, or we stop the payment because we're not happy, or the check get lost, or the check was stolen, or whatsoever. Remember, we issue the check in the CPJ. For us to cancel that check, we cancel it in the CRJ. There's an error in the CPJ where the amount in the CPJ is too much. I'm going to show you quickly this, and it's very, very easy to understand. So the moment that you've got something like that, you only do this. You open a bank, and they will show you, they will tell you that the bank amount that you put in there of 660 Rand is wrong. It was supposed to be 560 Rand. So the correct answer is 560. Can you put something there to make the 660 560? No, you cannot. That's why you are going to put the 100 there, because it's too much, and for us to make it less, we must put it on the debit side of the bank. And that's the one that we're busy with at the moment. In the CRJ, error in the CPJ where the amount in the CPJ is too much. Error in the CRJ where the amount in the CRJ is too little. Okay, let's see this one. You've got the bank account, and the amount that you've got on the debit side is 380 Rand, which is wrong. It's supposed to be 830. Can you see there? Exactly what must we do? We must add. So you take your calculator and you say 830 Rand minus 380 Rand gives us 450 Rand, and you put that 450 Rand there. So you basically add the 450 so that you can have this one. In this one, you subtract the 100 Rand so that you can have the correct amount of 560. So if the opposite journal, the CPJ, is too much, we are going to put it in the CRJ. But if the same journal, the CRJ, is too little, then we are going to put it in the CRJ. Our next column is the CPJ. Debit orders, stop orders, electronic payments, everything that we can see on the bank statement where we paid some money, we put in the CPJ. Bank charges, interest on overdraft, also seen on the bank statement, we put in the CPJ. Dishonor checks received from a debtor or a tenant. So we received the money, we put it in the bank, and now the check bounced, and we must cancel it. And where are you going to cancel that check? In the CPJ. Error in the CPJ where the amount is too little. The amount in the CPJ is too little. Okay, so I'm going to do another one. The bank in the C, where the amount in the CPJ is too little. Okay, there's the bank, and we've got 90 Rand there instead of 900. That is wrong. And the difference between the two is 810 Rand, and that 810 that you must add there is exactly the amount that you're going to put in your CPJ. Or the other one is when the CRJ is too much. This is correct. It was supposed to be 90 rand. Supposed to be 90 rand. So still 900 minus 90 gives you 809 rand, 810 rand. 900 minus 90 gives you 810 rand. And then because of that, you must minus the 810 on the CPJ side of your bank. So it's the easiest way to open quickly a bank account and see where you must put it. So where the CPJ is too little, you put it in the CPJ, or where the CRJ is too much, the opposite journal, then you put it in the CPJ. Checks issued but not appearing on the bank statement. Listen to this one. Checks issued but not on the bank statement, so you put it on the debit column of your bank reconciliation statement. Checks outstanding on the previous bank recon and still not appearing on the current bank statement. That means that we issued that check the previous month, it was outstanding, it's still outstanding, so you put it on the debit side of your bank reconciliation statement. Post-dated checks issued. You put it in the CPJ and you show it on your bank reconciliation statement as outstanding. Amount incorrectly credited on the bank statement, so we had to debit it on the bank statement. Outstanding deposits. Outstanding deposits in the CRJ means that we already put it in our books, but it's not on the statement yet, and that's why you put it on the credit side of the bank statement there. On the credit side of the bank statement. Okay, that is basically on the last of the month, because you receive the money and your shop closed at 5 o'clock, but then the bank already closed at 3:30, so you cannot put that amount on the bank statement, or you cannot deposit it in the bank. That's why it's not on the bank statement, and that means that you've got money in your books, but the money is not on the bank statement, so we had to put it on the credit side of our bank recon. Amounts incorrectly debited on the bank statement, that we are going to put on the credit side of the bank recon. Checks outstanding on previous bank reconciliation but appearing on the current bank statement, no entry. Because that means it's the checks that was outstanding during the previous month, it goes through the bank in the current month, so we had nothing to do. Deposits outstanding on the previous bank recon but appearing on the current bank statement, there's also no entry there. And post-dated checks received, and remember, no entry for post-dated checks received. Bank reconciliation without the cash journals. Often reconciliation is done directly into the bank account in the general ledger. If this is done, if the CRJ and the CPJ are already closed off and posted to the bank account. Entries will now be made directly into the bank account, and the double entry principle is applied.